WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. Blue Raider baseball is on the air. From the Blue Raider Network, it's time for Countdown to First Pitch. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and agent Andy Womack, Lightning's Locker Room and Phillips Bookstore, Granis and Associates, Las Casas Drugs, and by Middle Tennessee Electric. Now, let's go to the ballpark.
Thank you. Welcome into another broadcast of Middle Tennessee Blue Raider baseball. As the Raiders are in Nashville to take on the Belmont Bruins today. We are at E.S. Rose Park. This is a municipal park in Nashville. It is not on the Belmont campus. It is close to the Belmont campus. Dick Palmer along with John Callow with you. John, glad to have you back today, and we are looking at good weather, warm and breezy here in Nashville.
I can think of some games that we've played here at Rose Park that were not this agreeable. Thinking one 6 or 8 years ago with game time temperature was like 36 degrees. By the time we finished, it was snowing. So, no, this is much, much better.
First time we played these guys 6 weeks ago, it was on the 3rd of March in Murfreesboro, and it was 77 for that game. So we've had good weather for both games with the Belmont Bruins. Checking the records of the two teams, Raiders come in at 17 and 19, 2 games under 500, and 5 and 10 in Conference USA. Belmont is 13 and 23, and they are 4 and 5 in their conference, which is the Missouri Valley Conference. They have only played 9 conference games. The Raiders, on the other hand, have played 15. So not a conference game for each team, but kind of a pride game for both schools who are located just about 30 miles apart.
Well, it's also an important game for the Raiders because we have to find out how to win on the road. We have got one road win this entire season. That was down in Huntsville at Alabama A&M. So I think of what was going on the last couple of weeks in the Conference USA on the road, and we have not fared well. We've got to learn how to win on the road.
No doubt about that. The Raiders on the road are 1 and 12, and in conference play, they are 0 and 9 on the road. And we've still got a couple of other conference series road games to go. But right now we're concentrating on this game and on the weekend series with Delaware coming in. Let's take a look at Conference USA and what's going on. Our players of the week in Conference USA, as the hitter of the week is Gabe Ressler from Missouri State, a senior, hit .526 with a 10 for 19 week with 4 games, had a home run, 2 doubles, scored 5, drove in 9 as the Bears had a good week. They won the series at Delaware. The pitcher of the week is Declan Dahl, Louisiana Tech right-hander. And guess who he pitched against, John? He was the pitcher of the week, went 7 scoreless innings against the Blue Raiders on Friday night in the first game of that series. 4 hits, no earned runs, struck out 8, and for the Louisiana Tech right-hander, it is his second pitcher of the week honor this year.
And that Friday night kind of set the tone for the entire weekend.
Now we've got some non-conference games on tap for today, and why don't you run those for us?
Yeah, at 4 o'clock, Delaware State is visiting Delaware. Liberty is at Duke. New Mexico is at New Mexico State. Mercer is at Kennesaw State. Those are all 5 o'clock starts. Western Kentucky at Louisville, and Alabama A&M going down the road to Jacksonville State. And University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley is visiting Sam Houston. Those are all 6 o'clock starts, as is Little Rock at La Tech. And then a 6:30 start, UT Arlington is they go across to Dallas to play Dallas Baptist. That's a 6:30 start.
Probably will not have a lot of scores to pass along on those games, but if we do, we will be glad to do that for you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups. We'll also have an interview, and then we'll be just about ready for first pitch. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball. Rob Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
And welcome back into our countdown to first pitch. Middle Tennessee and Belmont meeting for the second time this season. Bruins won the first meeting between the two 8-7 in Murfreesboro back on the fourth day of March. And that was a week where we had two midweek games. I think that's the only week during the season where we've had two midweek games. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today, brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, with many convenient locations around the mid-state, including 5 in Murfreesboro. Learn more at ascend.org. John?
Well, Coach Jerry Myers is shaking up the lineup a little bit, moving some folks around. Leading off for the Blue Raiders will be the center fielder, Owen Noack. Batting second, the Tyler Minnick. He'll be playing first base today. Cooper Clapp will bat third, playing second base, and Lane Akers will be in the cleanup spot. He is the DH today. Batting fifth, Nathan Brewer in left field. Batting sixth, the catcher, Dean O'Neill. Batting seventh, right fielder, Brett Rogers. Brett Von Dolan, the third baseman, bats eighth. And batting ninth will be Clay Badalak. On the mound will be left-hander John Michael Pickens, making his first ever career college start. For the Bruins, leading off will be the second baseman, Charlie Davis. Batting second, third baseman, Landon Godsey. Batting third, the center fielder, Brady Holbrook. Cleanup hitter is the shortstop, Kevin McMeans. Batting fifth, Jake Maddox. At first base, the catcher Mike Sprocket bats sixth. Their DH, Nate Webb, bats seventh. In right field, Brady Langwoods, the right fielder, bats eighth. Batting ninth, J.D. Whitworth, the left fielder. On the mound will be a left-hander, Lake Morris.
All right, those are your starting lineups brought to you by the Send Federal Credit Union. And we will go now to our pregame interview, which is going to be with assistant coach Ryan Huber. I'm visiting with Blue Raider assistant coach Ryan Huber as the Raiders take on Belmont in the second game of the series between the two teams. A little bit different from the road trip to Ruston this past weekend. So a short trip, and hopefully we'll take home a Blue Raider victory today.
That's exactly right.
The Raiders have had trouble winning on the road for one reason or another. And I know that's probably been a topic of discussion, not only among you guys, but among the players.
It has and it hasn't. I mean, the boys have done a really good job of showing up to the game the next day with like a reset button and just playing the game at hand. So it's unfortunate that our road record is what it is, but we just got to find a way to flip it. And I think the boys have done a really good job of just showing up to the yard and letting each game be each game.
Not to make excuses, but I owe it a lot to the schedule and two very long road trips kind of back to back.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're still 18 to 23-year-olds. So, I mean, like the long bus rides, it is what it is. I don't think that plays a factor into it. I think you hit the nail on the head. The 3 road series that we've had, 2 of the conference opponents are in the top half of the league. They're good teams. They're well coached. Missouri State and UAB felt like if we play those games at home and we're the team that's hitting last, we win some of those games. But hitting in the top half of the inning, it just felt like, the wind was blowing out at UAB and Missouri State. Those guys did a really good job. So, I mean, I don't know. We can't really put our finger on it right now. That stuff's in the past, and we got to go 1-0 today. So,
speaking of wind, that wind's whipping up pretty good right now as we talk hour and a half before the ball game. Looking at the flagpole out there in left field, looks like it's blowing out that way.
That's right. I mean, you got to put bat to ball. So, I mean, we limit the freebies, and solos won't beat you on a day like this. The team that gets the most base runners. So,
well, you coach first base, so we hope you get a lot of traffic down there today.
I hope they say hi passing by.
All right, you are the recruiting coordinator, so let's talk a little bit about recruiting. And recruiting, as they say, ain't what it used to be.
No, but I'm also pretty young at this. I mean, I'm only 35, and I've been coaching Division I baseball for about 7 years now. So, I mean, like, Coach Nick and Coach Myers have a different perspective of what is new, right? Mine, obviously, what it was my first couple years, and what it is now is different, but it's always ever changing. The rules, what you have at your disposal, the money, the resources. I mean, it is what it is.
So in recruiting now, do you try to see as many prospects in person as you can, or do you rely a lot on tape and video and stuff like that?
I mean, we have taken some kids that we haven't seen in person. I mean, our roster represents about like 11 or 12 states right now, right? So all of us have an infrastructure of people that we trust, and we've had to go off of video and take that coach's word on it of the person's makeup and character, and there's a lot more data at your disposal. So those individuals, majority of them are pitchers, right? Position players you got to see, you got to put eyes on, because stats don't always tell the whole picture, right? I'm 35 and I can still make a pretty good little highlight tape and make people look like I still know what I'm doing in the box, right? But seeing them in person, not just play, but interacting in the dugout, what they do, what's their on-deck routine, what does their catch play look like, are they good teammates, are they not, how do they handle adversity? So seeing people it's still prime, right? I mean, you got to see them.
I know we have a lot of commitments already for next year, so you're looking 2-3 years ahead sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, with it changing to where you can't talk to high school kids until the junior year, that's changed quite a bit. When I first got into it, you were chopping it up with freshmen and sophomores in high school, sometimes offering sophomores, but now you can't have comms until right after future games. So you profile the kids, you put them on the recruiting board as freshmen and sophomores, but the summer is not the same as far as having to watch as many graduating classes. Now it's just 2. So that allows us to reach into the JUCO market a little bit more and get some more information across the country versus just regionally. So
I hope that gives a little insight to our listeners as to what your job is and how it has changed over the years. And appreciate the time. Let's go get us a road win today.
That's exactly right. I appreciate you, my man.
And that is Ryan Huber, Blue Raider assistant coach, director of recruiting. We'll take our final break. Back with First Pitch after this on the Blue Raider Network. Brom Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. From the Blue Raider Network and Van Wagner College, it's time for Middle Tennessee State University baseball. Today's game is brought to you in part by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Jonathan Harmon, and Chip Walters. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office, and by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider baseball.
And today it's Middle Tennessee and Belmont from E.S. Rose Park in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the home of the Belmont Bruins. The Raiders hitting first today, of course, as the visiting team will have Owen Nowak to lead off. Here is the defensive alignment for Belmont, as they will have Mike Sprocket behind the plate doing the catching. At third base will be Godsey. Shortstop is McMeans. Second baseman Charlie Davis. First baseman is Jake Maddox. Out in left field will be J.D. Whitworth. Brady Holbrook will be in center field, and Brody Langlotz will be in right field. And on the mound, they're going to start a left-hander, sophomore by the name of Lake Morris.
Lake Morris will be making his 9th appearance, his 5th start. He's thrown 16 2/3 innings. He's given up 22 runs, all earned, on 23 hits, 12 walks, 16 strikeouts. He's got an 11.88 ERA, a 1-1 record with no saves.
And he is on the mound. He'll face Owen Nowak to lead off here in the first inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bruin time.
Belmont is coached by the veteran head coach Dave Jarvis, who's in his 29th year. Took over here in 1998.
I remember when he took over, because they used to play their games down the street at Greer Stadium.
Yes.
And I was covering the Nashville Sounds for the D&J at the time.
Owen Nowak will lead it off for the Raiders, and the first pitch is a strike called on the inside corner. So what do you got for first pitch time, John?
First pitch is 4:05. I'll give you some weather here in just a second.
One strike the count to Nowak, a left-handed batter, and swings through this one, and the count is 0-2.
Game time temp 83 degrees. It's mostly cloudy. The wind is out of the south-southwest at 14 miles an hour. It is blowing straight out to left field.
0-2 pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-2. 330 feet down each line here at Rose Park. 375 in the power alleys, 400 to straightaway center. Very symmetrical ballpark, and it's all turf. Pitch is a ball. Checked his swing. That was a close pitch to take.
Well, it was.
But Nowak's got a good eye.
He
Count
walks
to him
a lot.
goes 2-2. Lake Morris, the left-hander. There was a breaking ball, and Nowak hit it on the nose, but right at the shortstop, and it's gloved there by McMeans for out number one.
Shortstop didn't even have to move, did he, Dick?
Nope.
Just in his tracks.
So Kevin McMeans takes that line drive away, and there's one out for Tyler Minnick, playing first base today for the Raiders. Stands in from the right side and takes a strike call, 0-1. Press box here at Rose Park is low, and we're very close to the field. And that would hit him in the foot. So Minnick will trot down to first base, or rather gingerly hit in the foot by the pitch, and becomes the first base runner in this game.
That's not gingerly. He is on his toes running. So
batter is Cooper Clapp, Blue Raiders second baseman. Cooper has been hitting fifth in the order, and he's moved up to the number 3 spot with Lane Akers to follow. One out, one on in the first inning. The pitch is a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. We are just underway on a lovely, very warm and windy Tuesday afternoon in Nashville. Here's the pitch. That one just misses for ball one, 1-1.
If you look at the Raider lineup, it's stacked left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, all the way down.
1 ball, 1 strike. Minnick, the runner at first. Clapp hits it into left center. A pretty good blow, and now Wynn's going to pick it up and take it all the way, and I think it bounced over the fence, John.
Ground rule double, yes.
That's going to cost the Raiders a run.
That's a turf hop there, Dick.
So that warning track out there is turf, just like the entire field, and that took one big hop and went over the ball at the 375 mark. So that is a ground rule double. Tyler Minnick would have scored easily had that ball stayed in play. Instead, he has to pull up at third. So second and third, 1 out. First hit of the ball game, and the batter is Lane Akers.
Had a chance to get the Raiders on the board here early.
Morris, the lefty, delivers low and inside, blocked by the catcher Sprocket. Did that hit him? I think it hit him.
I think it hit him.
It was low and too much inside. So the Raiders have them loaded here with 1 out in the first inning. 2 hit batters and a double. And this will be Nathan Brewer. Brewer hitting 5th today, will be followed by Dean O'Neill. Nathan holding that average pretty steady. He's at 285 for the season. Has hit 5 home runs.
Morris is 6th and 7th hit batter of the season.
He's making his 5th start, 17th appearance, and does not have a good earned run average. Plate umpire is Chris Judkins. I think we've had him before.
I think we have.
First base, James Purnell, and third base, Manny Gonzalez. Brewer stands in with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Got an opportunity to do some real damage.
And the pitch to the plate is outside. Good stop by the catcher, Sprocket. Ball 1.
Well, if Brewer had been a right-handed hitter, he would have hit him.
And the pitch. That's outside again for ball 2.
Another breaking ball.
You notice the pitcher's glove, John? It's a two-tone glove. And the
it is.
Pitch coming in, check swing, and a foul ball. Trying to hold up, and ball actually just hit his bat as he was pulling it back.
The
2-1.
The pocket and the third finger
kind of bluish.
Are bluish. The rest of the glove is black.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch, swinging a foul straight back. Count will go to 2-2 on Brewer. O'Neill waiting to hit next. We gave you the dimensions, but there is a high fence above the right field wall. It stretches from the 375 mark all the way to the foul pole in right field. Foul ball. And Ryan Huber in good form. Peels that one on 1 hop.
Well, that screen is there to protect the parking lot in the high school on beyond the right field fence.
That must be a 30 to 40 foot screen.
Yeah, it's like the Green Monster, except it's a screen.
2-2 pitch, swung on, and foul tipped back into the catcher's mitt. That's strike 3.
Now he threw him a strike, a breaking ball that actually broke over the plate.
So that is the first strikeout for Morris, and with 2 outs, bases loaded, the batter is Dean O'Neill. Raiders have been hurting for road wins, and they've got a chance to take an early lead here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch to the plate, O'Neill pops it up.
Get out of
It
play.
stays. It's going to be in foul ground, and the catcher will grab it for out number 3. So that is all in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Middle Tennessee nothing, and Belmont coming to bat. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Ben Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
And we take you into the bottom of the first inning. Raiders failed to score in their half of the inning, although loaded the bases with only 1 out. Defensively for Coach Jerry Myers, he'll have Dean O'Neill behind the plate today. Brett Von Dolan will be at third, Clay Badalak at short, Cooper Clapp at second, and Tyler Minnick playing first base, Nathan Brewer in left, Owen Nowak in center, and Brett Rogers in right field. And on the mound is the left-hander John Michael Pickens.
John Michael Pickens making his 15th appearance. He's thrown 25 2/3 innings, given up 10 runs, 8 of them earned on 28 hits, 13 walks, 18 strikeouts. He's got a 1-1 record with 1 save. This start today is the first time he has been the starting pitcher since he was in high school.
Yeah, because he was a relief pitcher for his 2 years of junior college and has been used exclusively out of the bullpen while pitching for the Raiders. So, new experience for John Michael today.
Well, I think what we can tell from this is that we're going to be seeing a bullpen day from the Raiders. I think they'd like to get 3 innings, maybe even 4 out of Pickens, but I wouldn't expect him to go much longer than that.
Charlie Davis leads it off in the first inning for Belmont, takes a strike on the first pitch. Davis is a left-handed batter and was 0 for 4 in the first game between the two. Young man out of West Tennessee. The pitch swung on and hit in the air out in shallow left field. Coming on quickly is Brewer. Badalak was headed out that way, but the wind caught that one, and actually Brewer made a rather easy catch coming in left field. That is 1 out.
Oh, that wind, like you talked about it in your pregame interview, we talked about it in the weather. That wind is absolutely howling to left field.
Here's Landon Godsey. He's the third baseman for the Bruins and a right-handed batter. Pickens' first pitch, a breaking ball in for a strike. 0-1 to count. Landon Godsey was 2 out of 5 in the first meeting between the two teams. Carries a .295 average into this game. And the left-hander Pickens delivers low and inside. 4-1. In that first meeting, Belmont won it 8-7. It was a strange ball game. We'll talk about it when we have a moment. Count here to Godsey's 1-1. Pitch, strike called on the outside corner. 1-2. Ethan Robinson started that game for the Raiders. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Godsey, and it's hit in the air to right field. Rogers drifting back under it, and very close to the wall out there will make the catch. So that's 2 fly balls to the outfield. Out number 2.
Well, I don't mind fly balls to the outfield as long as they hang up and don't go over the wall.
Yes. But when we're batting, we would like to see them go over the wall.
Well, except we got that bad bounce double that cost us a run.
Yeah. Here's Brady Holbrook, the center fielder.
It went over the wall, just hit in fair territory first.
He grounds it to first, picked up there by Minnick. He'll make the play unassisted. And that's going to do it in the first inning for the Bruins as John Michael Pickens sets them down in order. 3 up and 3 down. We've completed 1 full inning, and we are scoreless from Rose Park in Nashville. Middle Tennessee, 0, and Belmont, 0. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Go to the second inning, Raiders and the Bruins scoreless. Starting pitcher for Belmont, Lake Morris, hit a couple of batters and allowed a ground rule double, but was able to get the last two guys with the bases loaded. Morris is a sophomore, 5'11", 160 pounds, from Gallatin. Went to Hendersonville High School. And he will pitch to Brett Rogers to lead off the second inning for the Raiders. Rogers, a left-handed batter, takes a look at strike one, a fastball right over the heart of the plate. Rogers, Von Dolan, and Badalak here in inning number two. Morris with the pitch. And swing and a miss on a good breaking ball.
Yeah.
0-2 the count. Pitch might have been a bit high, but Rogers went after it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Ground ball right side. Second baseman charges. A little soft underhand toss to first base will retire Brett Rogers for out number one.
This guy is throwing nothing but breaking balls and change-ups. I haven't seen anything yet that resembles a fastball. Have you, Dick?
I'm not a very good judge of pitches, John. Here's Brett Von Dolan, the third baseman. And the pitch to plate is a strike call, 0-1.
That, I think, was a fastball. We don't have a radar here, so but I'm guessing that's something like 86, 87.
Von Dolan swings and fouls it out of play to the right side, and that's going to drift over the wall and out of play. Strike two. With the wind blowing like it is, those balls hit like that could blow back into the field of play.
Which means you got to pursue every one of them.
So two strikes on Von Dolan. Pitch misses outside, threw him a breaking ball. 1-2 strikes to the Raider third baseman. Brett was hitless in the La Tech series, looking to break out. Takes it low and into the turf, 2-2. Left-hander kicks and throws. That's a strike call.
That's a ball count. Strikeout.
I believe that was a fastball at the knees.
Yeah. Got that ball in under his hands.
Second strikeout for Morris. And the batter will be Clay Badalak. Another young man who's been struggling at the plate. In fact, did not play the last two games of the series in Ruston. Back in there today. Pitches outside for a ball. Badalak hitting 170, 175.
He's been throwing a lot of breaking balls to these left-handed hitters.
That misses outside for ball 2-0.
Yeah, that was the fastball.
Morris is not a big guy, 5'10". And the pitch, swing and a foul. Back behind the plate, count will go to 2-1.
Back in the day, would you have described him as a crafty left-hander?
Well, I don't know how crafty he is, but crafty enough to get the side out with the bases loaded in the first inning. winds and fires, and that one just missed. Pretty good looking pitch
It
from
sure
up here.
was.
3-1.
I think it must have been low.
Hitters count for Battle Act, and there's a fastball right over the heart of the plate. 3-2.
Setting up inside.
And that's where the pitch is, but too far inside. Battle Act draws a 2-out walk. And the top of the batting order, Owen Nowak will stand in. Batting for the second time in the game, he lined out to the shortstop in the first inning as the Raiders' leadoff batter. Nowak enjoying this 83-degree weather. He's from the state of Wisconsin, where he got to play a lot of cold weather baseball when he was in junior college up there.
First baseman is holding the runner, but he is a full step off the bag, off the line.
Morris with the pitch. That's way outside, ball one.
I've sometimes wondered why more people don't play off the bag like that.
That's the way Matt Olson for Atlanta plays, just like that guy's playing. Pitch is outside, ball two. Standard procedures for the first baseman to have 1 foot on the bag.
But it's not a force play. It's a tag play all the way, right?
Throw to first, runner back. Two balls, no strikes to Nowak. Battle Act leads at first. Pitch is a strike called, and it's 2-1.
And it does put you in better position to field your position.
Throw to first, and Clay is back in there. 2 balls, 1 strike to Owen Nowak, batting with 2 outs and a runner at first base, and another throw to first, and he almost threw that one away. First baseman over there, Maddox, had to come off the bag to take that one.
Throw it away. Let's put a runner in scoring position.
2-1 pitch. Hit in the hole, a base hit to left field. Battle Act will have to stop at second. Had the play in front of him and could see that the left fielder made a clean pickup on it. So first and second with 2 outs. And, John, for the second straight inning, the Raiders have a scoring opportunity here.
Well, let's see if we can't capitalize this time.
Tyler Minnick, the batter, was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Left-hander delivers. That pitch is inside, ball 1. And it got hit in the foot.
Didn't seem to do him any damage, though.
1 ball, no strikes. The left-hander delivers, and that's a strike at the knees. 1-1. First and second. And the pitch. Hit in the air. Shortstop's going to call for it. He's on the turf spot of the infield, and it will be taken by the shortstop, McMeans, for out number 3. So that is all in the second inning. Again, the Raiders put a couple of men on, unable to score. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. We'll take it to the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless. Middle Tennessee and Belmont, 0-0 on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
No scores. We go to the bottom of the second inning. John Michael Pickens set the side down in order in the first. John Michael's out of Hueytown, Alabama, outside of Birmingham. A little bit bigger than his pitching opponent Morris, but not a huge guy. He's 5'11", 190, and pitched 2 years at Shelton State Community College. Appeared in a total of 47 games in those 2 years, John. It was all in relief. So he's making his first collegiate start today.
Only needed 7 pitches in that first inning.
Batter is Kevin McMeans. He is the Bruin shortstop, a sophomore. McMeans swings from the right side and swings at this pitch and fouls it off catcher Dean O'Neill.
Umpire walking a new baseball out to Pickens. Comes back.
Plate umpire checks with O'Neill. He says, I'm fine.
On a dirt field, he'd probably stop and wipe the plate off, right?
Yep.
Get out his whisk broom.
1 strike to count to McMeans. And the pitch from Pickens is outside.
Looked like he wanted to throw a breaking ball that got away from him.
McMeans had a single. In fact, all of the Belmont hits in that first meeting were singles. The Raiders hit 4 home runs and still lost. Breaking ball, that one misses outside. Ball 2.
You were talking about some of the things that were unusual about that game. 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, we had runners in scoring position that would have tied the ball game. In one case, won it.
Grounder to third. Von Dolan over to first in time. And that is out number 1. Pickens actually threw a couple of innings in that first game. Gave up an unearned run on 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. So with 1 out, the batter is Jake Maddox, the first baseman.
And, of course, we stranded all 3 of those runners that would have tied or put us in the lead. That's frustrating.
Maddox, a big left-handed batter. The pitch to the plate is breaking ball. Sailed up high for ball 1. Jake Maddox, a sophomore, 6'5", 210. And this young man's from Murfreesboro, John. He's played at Central Magnet School. So he's a former Tiger. There's a strike called, 1-1.
You're a former Tiger, right?
Well, yes, but not baseball.
No.
Because they did not offer that as a sport when I was in school. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's swung on and missed.
Got him high
Chased
fastball.
High heat there.
Yeah.
1-2 to Maddox. Maddox hitting .258, 3 homers, and 21 runs driven in. Pickens with the pitch. That one's high. Didn't offer it that one. 2-2.
I'll tell you that by 1971 and 72, Central High School had baseball. Because my feet had to play them.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch is outside. That was in the turf. So the count will go full at 3-2. First 3-ball count that Pickens has had today. The catcher Sprocket in the on-deck position. Pickens with the payoff pitch hit in the air. And that was deep. The wind might tear that one away. It does. That's a home run. Over the wall in left center field. He got it up into that south wind, and it flew. That will give Belmont a 1-0 lead. Home run by Jake Maddox. So the Murfreesboro youngster deals a little damage to his hometown team. First hit, first run off John Michael Pickens.
Well, what we need to remember at this point is what Coach Hubert told you pregame. The home runs are not going to be a surprise today. What you got to do is make sure that what you do hit or give up are all solos.
Mike Sprocket, the batter, fouls the first pitch back to the backstop. Sprocket is the catcher, a senior. Stockily built young man, as you might imagine, for a catcher. 5'10", 210. Pitch from Pickens is low and outside for ball one. He's out of Liberty Township, Ohio, and a transfer from Akron. So he came down to play in a little warm weather, too. Pitch is low for ball two, 2-1. No activity in the Blue Raider bullpen. A run in on a Jake Maddox home run here in the second inning. 1-0 Belmont leading. There's a ball hit in the air. That was about the same spot. And that one is going to sail out also. Just to the right of the big light standard, which is to the right of the 375 mark. So Sprocket hits one out.
And you were right, almost exactly the same place.
So it's now a 2-0 ball game.
Coach Jerry Myers going out to talk to Pickens. They've sent somebody to the bullpen.
Well, this is really coincidence, John, because in the first game between these two, 6 weeks ago, the Raiders hit 3 back-to-back home runs in the first inning by Nowak, O'Neill, and Brett Rogers. And O'Neill added a second home run in the second inning. And the Raiders managed only 2 hits for the rest of the game after that. So Coach Myers with a quick visit. He's headed back to the dugout. 1 out in the second. The batter is Nate Webb, the freshman.
Looks like Abel Alberon is first man up in the bullpen.
Webb, the DH today. That's from the right side. So Pickens will try to wipe those 2 home runs off his memory bank and concentrate on this guy. The first pitch is the ball outside to Webb. Webb is a freshman from Hendersonville. 6'4", 225, big guy, swings through this pitch. 1-1. He attended Pope John Paul II in Nashville. Pickens pitch, missed outside, ball 2, trying to catch that outside corner. Count is 2-1. The left-hander comes set, and the pitch. Swung on, and that one's missed. That one didn't really pop the mitt. I had to look twice to make sure O'Neill had it. 2-2. Two-two pitch, swung on and fouled to the backstop.
Backstop's not very far from home plate here at this ballpark.
No, and not a lot of foul ground behind the plate. There's a little bit more down each sideline. Not nearly as much as we had in Jacksonville. Strike three called, caught that outside corner with that pitch. And Webb called out on strikes for out number 2.
Distance from home plate to the backstop here at Rose Park reminds me a lot of what it was down the street at Greer Stadium. At one time there had been a lot more space, and then sometime in the 80s they added on, and that's where they added seats, was behind home plate.
This is Brody Langlotz, the right fielder. That's from the right side. And Pickens with a pitch, so that's in for a strike, 0-1. Langlotz, a sophomore, hitting .267. In the first meeting between the two teams, he went 0 for 5. And drills this one hop to Cooper Clapp. He'll make the throw to first in time, and that is out number 3. So that is all in the second inning. John Michael Pickens recovers after giving up a pair of solo home runs to get the last 2 batters. 2 runs, 2 hits. And Belmont leads 2-0 as we go to the third on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And we go to the top of the third inning in Nashville. Belmont leading Middle Tennessee by a score of 2-0. Sophomore left-hander Lake Morris has been given a 2-run lead. He'll face the heart of the Blue Raider batting order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Clapp, Akers, and Brewer, coming up here in the third.
Not like we haven't had opportunities, Dick. We've had runners in scoring position in both innings. Left a total of 5 runners on.
Morris pitch is swung on, popped in the air, foul. That'll be out of play. Strike 1 to Clapp. Bounced a ground rule double over the wall in left center, and was really deprived of a run batted in because Minnick on base would have scored easily had that ball not hopped over the wall. Hits this one in the air to left field. Drifting back, left fielder is under it, and that is Whitworth, who will make the catch for out number 1.
He was battling the wind.
Lane Akers was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He'll stand in there.
That wind has shifted just a little bit. Instead of blowing straight out to left field, it's kind of quartered that now, and I think that was what we were seeing, is the left fielder was trying to make that play.
Akers hits it solidly past the third baseman into left field, and that will be the Raiders' third hit of the game. Lane Akers jumping on that first pitch. So a runner at first with one out, and Nathan Brewer will be the batter. Brewer struck out in the first inning with the bases loaded. One on, one out for the Raiders here in the third, trailing 2-0. And Morris with a pitch, misses outside, ball one. There's a big crane with scaffolding outside the right field fence. They're doing a lot of construction work back there.
Looks like they were
swinging a foul out of play. I said out of play.
Yeah,
I can't see the left field wall.
Yeah, it bounced down on the in foul territory on the brown turf, and then bounced out of the field.
On second, though, that might be the ESPN scaffolding. They've probably got a camera out there, John, taking a long view shot of home plate. You think?
They've got a lot of cameras around here. I don't think that's one of them, though. I think they're building apartments over there.
Throw to first, runner back.
I think we drove past there on the way in.
1 ball, 1 strike to Nathan Brewer. Akers, the runner at first. And the pitch to the plate is swung on and a little tap. That's going to be a foul ball. Grabbed in foul territory by the first baseman, Maddox. Count will go to 1-2 on Nathan Brewer.
Boy, if he pulls that baseball, he's going to be pulling it right into the teeth of that wind, the way the wind is shifted now.
And the left-hander will throw to first instead. .330 down each line here at Rose Park, but the wind has made this park a little smaller.
Certainly has to left center.
Throw to first again. The left-hander's trying out his move to first base. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play.
He was doing that in the first inning with Minnick on first base.
And, of course, Minnick wasn't going anywhere.
No.
So the count holding at a ball and 2 strikes to Nathan Brewer. Played his high school ball at Eagleville in Rutherford County. Swinging a ground ball to short. Double play ball. Throw to second, out. Throw to first, out. Double play, inning over. That is a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. And that will end the third inning for the Raiders. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's Belmont 2 and Middle Tennessee nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
For the third inning, and the number 9 hitter for Belmont will be leading off against John Michael Pickens. Well, the starter for Belmont's gone 3 innings, and this will be Pickens' third inning. We were thinking might be one of those days where everybody was going to pitch an inning apiece.
Well, we might still get to that.
Well, let's hope not. This is J.D. Whitworth, the left fielder.
As we go to the third inning, Pickens has thrown 29 pitches through 2.
That's not a bad average.
Well, except that he threw 7 in the first inning. So
here's Whitworth. He's a right-handed batter out of Collierville, Tennessee, outside in the Memphis area. Pitches low for ball 1. Is that Shelby County, John?
That's it, out on the edge of Shelby County. Just south of Fisherville.
Uh-huh.
You know who was from Fisherville?
Ball 2. No, I don't, John.
The Throneberry brothers. Marv and Faye. You remember Marvelous Marv?
Yes, I do, with the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
He was a crowd favorite. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Fisherville.
That's right. And his
John
brother,
Michael Pickens ready to work, and a breaking ball misses, ball 3.
His brother Faye was with the Senators for a while. Before Marv was Met, he was a Yankee. He was in the Yankee organization.
3-1 pitch is swung on, hit to right field. Brewer coming on. He's there, and he gloves it. 4 out, number 1. Whitworth hit it sharply, but right at Nathan Brewer in right field. He didn't get it up very high, and the wind had no effect on it. Here is Charlie Davis, the leadoff man, who flied out in the first inning. It's lefty against lefty, and a breaking ball in for a strike. 0-1 to Davis. You're right, John. That is Rogers in right field, not Brewer. And that ball gets through Clapp and goes into right field.
They're going to give that an error.
It's an error in my book.
Mm-hmm.
So Davis reaches on an error.
Yeah.
Error on second baseman Cooper Clapp. Runner at first with 1 out. Here's Godsey. That ball took a funny turf bounce.
It did. It did. Right there at the end. And he was, one of the things that you as a coach taught your infielders forever and ever and ever was get in front of the baseball. And on that one, Cooper Clapp is usually very good at that if he can be. That one he played off to the side, took that little hop, and got away from him.
Throw to first, and Davis, the runner, is back. Godsey took the first pitch from Pickens for ball 1. Right-handed batter flied to right field in the first inning. There's a strike, caught the knees, and it's 1-1. Pickens will throw to first and runner back. Davis, the runner over there, does have 6 stolen bases on the season. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Belmont leading 2-0. There's a pitch outside for ball 2.
Alberin still throwing in the Raider bullpen. Not quite as quickly as he was last inning.
Now that runner had a bigger lead than he has now just a moment ago. Did not draw a throw. There's a ball hit in the left center, a base hit. And that's going to get through to the wall. I think they're going to wave the runner home.
They are.
And another run will be on the board for Belmont. It is now a 3-0 game. It'll be a double and a run batted in for Godsey.
And that run is unearned.
Davis, the runner at first, was there on an error. 13th double of the season for Godsey. There's hit number 3, run number 3 off John Michael Pickens. So the Bruins now leading 3-0. And the batter is Brady Holbrook. And he drills one into center field. That's caught there by Badalak, moving behind the bag. Probably took a hit away from Holbrook. That was a good play by the shortstop.
Sure was. He came across, had to leave his feet. And we're going to see a pitch and change here. Jerry Myers on the way. He's going to bring on the right-hander to face the right-hander.
He's already made the signal to the bullpen, so we will have a pitching change here with 2 outs in the third inning. We'll take a break. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We've had our first pitching change of the day, probably the first of several. But leaving is John Michael Pickens, and coming on to replace him on the mound is right-hander Abel Alberon.
Alberon is making his 10th appearance, 7th in relief. He's thrown 21 innings, given up 14 runs, 11 earned on 14 hits, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's got a 4.71 ERA with no decisions and no saves.
Alberon pitched in the Louisiana Tech series, came on and actually got the last 2 outs of the game on Sunday. And I'm not sure if he pitched in the, he did, he pitched on Friday, pitched an inning on Friday, gave up a 2-run homer in that inning.
And what we've got here is a right-handed hitter, so if you're going to be making those changes, Jerry Myers really believes in matchups. So instead of having the left-hander face the right-hander, if you're going to make a change anyway, get a righty to face a righty.
So 2 outs, runner at second, and a run in here in the third. The batter, Cabin McMeans, the shortstop. He's the number 4 hitter in their order. Pitches high, ball 1. McMeans grounded out to Von Dolan in the second inning in his previous at-bat.
Pickens goes 2 2/3, gives up 3 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Right now he's been charged with 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and that runner at second base belongs to him.
1 ball, 1 strike now, the count to McMeans. They just get 1 out to get out of the inning. And a ground ball to third. Von Dolan picks it over to first in time, and that will retire the side. So Albrod comes in, gets that ground ball. And for the second straight inning, McMeans is thrown out by Brett Von Dolan. But in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and a man left. We've completed 3 full innings, and the totals on the board for Belmont: 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. For the Blue Raiders, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. 3-0 Belmont as we go to the 4th inning. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Dick Palmer, John Calla with you from Rose Park in Nashville. Second meeting of the year between the Blue Raiders and the Belmont Bruins. Belmont leading here 3-0. We're in the 4th inning. Leading off will be Dean O'Neill. O'Neill catching today. Popped out foul to the catcher in his first at bat and swings at this pitch and fouls it out of play. 1 strike to O'Neill. He's another Raider who I think enjoys playing in warm weather. Left-hander Morris for the pitch. That misses outside, 1-1. Raiders have had scoring opportunities early in the game, have not been able to put a run across. There's a strike called. 1-2 now to O'Neill. O'Neill, Rogers, and Von Dolan here in the 4th inning. And this pitch is a strike call, and that's strike 3. O'Neill called out on strikes.
Yeah, Morris 47 pitches through the first 3 innings. You know, he doesn't throw hard, Dick, but he is changing speeds, just wild enough to keep you off balance.
Brett Rogers will stand in. He grounded out to second base his first at bat. Takes the pitch high for ball 1. Brett hitting .328. Seen his average dip a lot in the past few ball games. Strike called, 1-1.
We've been seeing a lot of that the last 10 days.
The 1-1 pitch, strike 2 called. And it is 1-2.
Although, you know, we hit pretty well down in Jacksonville, against Jacksonville State.
Left-hander delivers, check swing, and it's outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rogers. In the first meeting, Brett had a solo home run in the first inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Well, 2 strikeouts, 1 called and 1 swinging here in the 4th inning. And with 2 outs, the batter will be Brett Von Dolen.
That's 5 strikeouts now for Morris.
Von Dolen swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play for strike 1. Kid's not pitching too bad for a young man with a 12.22 earned run average.
Well, already that ERA is down to 9.
Pitch is low for a ball, 1-1.
And if he gets Von Dolen out here, it's going to drop even farther.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a strike call, 1-2.
This home plate umpire, Chris Judkins, has a slow call, doesn't he?
There's a swing and a miss. And that is all in the 4th. 3 strikeouts for the left-hander Morris. Nothing across, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Belmont 3 and Middle Tennessee nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Raiders trailing 3-0. Got the Conference USA Tennis Championships coming to Murfreesboro, and starting tomorrow, the women's tournament will get underway. The men's tournament will be getting underway on Friday. And we'll have all of the men's and women's teams from Conference USA converging on Murfreesboro. So you better, if you plan to eat out, make your dinner reservations early.
Yeah.
It's going to be some exciting tennis, though. And I believe Coach Borndame said it was going to start over at the Adams Tennis Center due to the number of teams that we have. And the semifinals and finals will be on the outdoor courts on campus.
And for the men, the Blue Raiders are the number 1 seed in that tournament.
Here's Jake Maddox, takes the pitch low from Alberon for ball 1.
You know that mostly cloudy we started this game with?
It's now partly cloudy.
It is, or mostly sunny.
Pitch is high for ball 2. Maddox hit one out to left center in the 2nd inning. I'm sure aided a little bit by that stiff southerly breeze. And this one, he may have hit one out to right here. That one is far gone to right field.
That one got over the screen, didn't it?
Over the screen. And that is his 2nd home run of the game. The young man from Murfreesboro is punishing his hometown team. It is now 4-0. And the batter will be Mike Sprocket. He followed Maddox with a home run in the second inning.
You know, for him to get that ball out to right field on a day like today, the way the wind is blowing, I think that was pretty much of a no-doubter off the bat.
Sprocket, a left-handed batter against the right-hander Alberon, and Alberon hits one to left field. Brewer on a long run near the line.
It was down fair.
And that's going to be a double for Sprocket. I could not see the corner, John. I don't know if you could.
Yeah, it got down. Brewer was shading towards left center. That ball got down in fair territory, maybe 12, 15 feet into fair territory.
Here's Nate Webb, who was called out on strikes in the second inning. Right-handed batter. Runner at second, no outs. The pitch, strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count to Webb. Alberon's pitch, grounded to short. Badlack backhands it. Long throw to first, gets past Minnick. The runner on second goes to third. Minnick plays it off the wall, and
that's got to be an E6.
Be a throwing error on Badlack. We don't see him make very many bad throws, but they've not put there. There goes the error on the board. So first and third with no outs. The batter is Brody Langlotz. Langlotz grounded to second in the second inning. Pitch to the plate, outside for ball one. 1 run in, Belmont leading 4-0. Alberon's pitch is swung on and missed. 1-1. First and third, no outs. Raider infield playing double play depth. That just missed the outside corner. Ball 2, 2-1.
Left-hander Colin Kerrigan working in the Raider bullpen.
That pitch misses high for ball 3, 3-1. Boy, things are going. He's not going to be in that bullpen very long.
No.
3 balls, 1 strike. Throw to first, runner back.